Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry it took us so long to get to this devil damn game, but we're getting it done right now.
At long last, the Ubi art.
Slap
Framework.
that on there.
Yes!
Ubisoft presents, after a considerably lengthy
Just
time,
three schmucks and we.
Rayman Origins for the PlayStation 3. Also available for the PS3, the Wii, the 3DS, and the PC.
I think you said PS3. You said 360 already.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I thought you started off with PlayStation 3. Whatever. So.
By the way, word to the wise: don't get the 3DS version. That one's garbage.
Yeah.
So what's our story?
Well, it all takes place in the mythical Glade of Dreams, as the series
Yay.
always has, I guess. And this critter here is the Bubble Dreamer, pretty much this game's reimagining of Polycus from Rayman 2.
Yep,
Okay.
he makes all of his creations by blowing bubbles.
And there's some good old teensies. Including the king
There's Ray
Rayman.
himself.
Good old
There's
Rayman.
Rayman.
Wait, what's happening here?
DJ Glowbox, and everyone's just having a nice little nap.
Yep,
While playing some music. And
they're having a good old DJ nap session.
into that microphone plant.
Clever.
Someone,
But,
someone planted that there.
Ha! meanwhile, in the land of the living dead.
Those kids and their devil damn music.
Pretty much. Oh, jeez.
Do you hear something? Oh
Nah, let's get back to
Nah.
singing. And he'd be going. Oh my gosh!
Slide your fingers across your throats and kill them.
And now they're about to go and... So now she's sending all of her forces of evil up, including this guy's head.
Including her husband's head. Because, you know.
And then Rayman has the most appropriate reaction
Who?
ever.
Can we join
Oh
too?
Oh jeez.
Bonk.
Rayman!
Into action!
What a beautifully choreographed fight sequence.
But it's only a bittersweet victory, as just thereafter,
Lucifer.
But it was not enough.
nope.
Dang it.
However, no mere cage can hold off the limbless wonder. Just a simple jump.
Wow.
And wait,
That's some flimsy iron, I'm
I was
sorry.
about to say.
Sorry, Polycus.
Whee!
There you go.
Hey, you slap-happy hero.
Oh, hey,
Looks like the old master's blowing bubbles again. Gone completely kooky. It's gonna take a lot of Lectoons to fix him this time, implying that this isn't the first time this has happened.
Well then, let's go grab him.
Whoa, what's with the two loadings? I guess that's in case he has to load.
Load and then save, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, my goodness, first of all, to just address this, how long has it been since there was another Rayman game? Since before this?
Raving Rabbits
before
back
this,
in 2006.
well, technically,
My.
well, there's also the sequels to that, but I'm pretty sure most people won't count that. But as far as like legitimate Rayman games, yeah, this is the first one we've had since the late GameCube era, and it's a tried-true return to the form for Rayman.
He's gone back to his
Yeah,
2D
pretty
roots,
much.
complete with sexy nymphs.
Patilla!
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it, but that's actually the same freaking fairy from the original Rayman, and boy, she's grown some assets,
Ooh, yeah.
Gosh.
like arms and
That's
like
not
actual
style
arms and legs.
Days.
And
And also, I just want to go ahead and get this. Just want to go ahead and get this out of the way. Through the levels I show off, I don't go after every single one of the lums, mainly because, or for those that don't know, if you collect a certain amount of limbs in this game, you're able to get free more Electoons. And if you free like a certain number of them, you also get a medal in the level, which doesn't really serve too much of a purpose outside of saying, hey, you went ahead and saved them all.
It helps.
Speaking of saving,
Now it's just a simple Goomba stomp. Patilla is free. Holy crap!
Patilla!
bravo!
Oh yeah, that's another thing, they all speak in Pig Latin.
And by the power of the sexy nymph, we can actually use our fists.
The
About
voluptuous nymph.
Oh yeah, get used to that. All the nymphs in this game have a rather sultry theme to them.
Ouch.
Especially Edith up.
Get
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Hey, don't you dare do that to the lums!
Get away from it!
Take
Get
that,
away
Green
from him.
Waluigi.
They do kind of look like Waluigi.
Wah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, they bring back a lot. They bring back a lot of the enemies. They bring quite a number of the enemies back from the original Rayman, which is, I guess, what they were trying to go for with this.
Yeah, this game was actually supposed to be.
Yeah,
pretty
in
much
fact,
was.
This game was originally supposed to be a reboot of the Rayman franchise, and then later on in development, they just decided we'll still keep the reboot aspect of it all, but we're just going to pretend that story doesn't really matter in this game.
We're just
Yeah,
we're just gonna pretend it's a sequel instead.
I wouldn't even
essentially.
so much say that, because honestly, they don't really bring back much from the sequels. I mean, aside from the teensies.
Except for Glowbox
Yeah.
and whatnot. By the way,
It's-
speaking of development real quick, I do want to touch upon this real quick before it kind of gets lost in the chaos. Who all remembers back in the olden days of development when this was originally meant to be an episodic series?
Yeah, and kind of grateful they
I
didn't
don't
follow that
remember
approach.
Yeah. And it was also meant to be a story of how Rayman and Glowbox met and became heroes that we know them.
I think they realized that wouldn't really make for very intriguing gameplay, so they just decided to go with a simple platformer
Public
route.
test. Ah, the old photo.
And there's the
So-
game's version of the Magician from the first game. Not exactly like the Magician, for those, although I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm looking at achievement. Or trophy, I guess.
Nice. I mean, do you think? I mean, I guess if we're gonna be talking about, I mean, if we're planning on touching upon Legends in the future, should we talk about the story of this, since it could kind of lead in
What
to
story?
Legends with its character? The fact that he's not a goodie.
Oh, the fact that, yeah, he's essentially a wannabe apprentice to Mr. Dark, the main villain of the first game.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get to know that till like the very end of the game. But but yeah, that's pretty much the reason why we're letting down that spoiler early. And also why
reached the
Rayman
end.
Origins is going to be a look as opposed to a commentary, because when you put the two of them together, they're both practically the same game, only except Legends really touched up on a lot of things.
And the fact
Lumps
that
can be quite illuminating for those who know how to use their energy.
and we bring it up because he returns as a villain somehow in Legends.
Yeah, and he has like four identical twins.
I like to joke and think that because you kind of jump between worlds, maybe he like used time travel to meet up with 4 other selves of himself.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, technically, that's the whole idea behind Legends. The fact that Rayman, Glowbox, and the rest of them, they actually were sleeping for 1,000 years, and then just out of sheer dumb luck, Murphy found them, woke them up.
100.
Hmm?
100
What's up?
years.
No, I was pretty sure I heard 1,000.
It's a
Details.
Palika says, just specifically in Legends, 1 entire century.
Okay,
No one
well, that's
cares.
well, my
know
point
this.
still stands. They slept for a damn long time. They should be dead by now.
Which I mean, I guess we should touch upon
Oh, they're
that.
magical beings.
Okay, before actually, hang on. Hype. What happened when we picked up that singing king lump?
Whenever you pick up the Singing King lumps, for a very brief time, all the lumps turn red, which pretty much means they're worth double, and they're pretty much like a short-lived multiplier.
So we can score big.
Yep, we can score really big.
Yep.
Oh,
You can also score big by using that in tandem with collecting skull coins, which are worth about 20 of the little critters. And now you have
Okay.
one of many little hidden areas where it's pretty much, and most of them pretty much requires you beating up a whole bunch of enemies to get rid of a force field that's blocking an Electoon cage.
Alrighty.
Speaking of the Electoons,
These right here.
speaking of the Electoons, they're pretty much a byproduct of the original game, but they decided to bring them back for the sake of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, they also
The
serve
one-
a purpose.
Not to mention,
did-
unlike the first game, it's actually manageable trying to... Actually, not so much manageable. Unlike the original game, you're not required to rescue every single one of them to complete the game.
Thank God.
And even then, it's not quite as arduous as it was in the original game.
It's not. It's honestly as simple as just finding all the bonus rooms in a stage.
Yep.
And you'll always get the third one as a freebie.
And I guess what was I gonna say? The other thing I was gonna say is that we were, when we were mentioning the fact that when it was mentioned that Gui knows this stuff inside and out. Gui, your history with this particular game.
Yes. I actually heard about this a long time ago when it was announced as a new game that was coming out, but I was only like vaguely aware of it. So, and what really got me interested in it was James asked me to participate in a Rayman dub for Plotline Plus, and I thought, yeah, sure, this kind of looks familiar. It might be something I could enjoy. and
boy, did she.
and did that's when I went. That's when I went and picked up this game and fell in love.
Yay! I mean, I love the visuals. The painted backgrounds and stuff.
Oh yeah, for the time, this was definitely something very uncommon. Nowadays you get a lot of 2D games which have really artistic looking graphics, but this was kind of the few that really popularized it.
Yeah.
Easy.
And so far, I do believe Ubisoft has used this same engine to make at least 3 or 4 games.
Really?
Yeah, they have.
Oh no.
2 of them.
Oh
no! Pop.
No. So what?
Let's
so
try
what
again.
Other games what other games that they do besides with Legends?
Okay, so
Didn't they do some of the mobile games?
with the UV art engine in particular, I remember.
Oh, and Child of Light.
Yeah, they made
Yeah,
Child of Light. They also did, obviously, they did Legends. I think they also used that exact same engine for that one Gravity Falls game for the 3DS, which is okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Forgot about that.
It's alright.
And that's right. I completely forgot they would have used this engine for Rayman runs for the Rayman run.
Oh yeah, those two.
Oops.
Ow.
There you go.
I love a good Jew harp.
By the way, for
Mouth
those that are
harp,
curious
they
about that, the medal that you see for each of the levels, that middle circle where the middle lum is, that's pretty much a lum that you free if you complete each level's time trial.
And it's hard.
Very hard. Well,
Yes, they are.
Actually, it's not too hard to.
Sometimes they are.
It's not too hard to get the lum in that time trial. It's more so hard to get the trophy you can get afterwards.
That's true. That also is true. And I'm always trying to go for the trophy too. And rats, you were 5.
Yeah, and then
noticed that.
when you miss it by just a single second.
Yeah.
So, gee. I do love that. That's one of my favorite. Like you messed up. Anyway, so let's see what else.
By the way, you see that messed up looking Tinsy up there? When you collect that number of looms, he activates what's called the tricky treasure levels, which are some of the more aggravating things in this entire Devil Damn game. It's pretty much
find it really
a
fun.
speed run to. It's pretty much like a speed run to collect these crystal teeth, as they like to call it, and you have to beat all the tricky treasure levels and collect all those teeth to gain access to pretty much the worst level in the entire game, Land of the Living Dead.
I mean,
The most unforgiving.
I was gonna say I generally like the tricky treasure levels because I love the fact that just keep running as fast as you can and.
The earlier ones are fine enough, it's the later ones that tend to get really aggravating.
Well, obviously because they scale up in difficulty.
That, and I think the timing's a little bit too precise.
Yeah. Let me just say that the one in the mountains can go screw
Yeah,
itself.
that one in particular was very painful when I tried to make this a commentary. Oh yeah, by the way, this was another one of 2 games that I initially wanting to make into a commentary, but due to various circumstances, we decided to pull the plug on that.
And again, we're doing
Yeah,
Legends
he's
later,
nice.
so may as well make things less redundant as a result.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be said that with my major exposure with Rayman Origins, I first started with the Wii version, and I was just about to beat the game. Then once I got to like the last area of the game, the Moody Clouds or whatever it's called, the game suddenly froze on me, and I was completely demotivated to complete it after that.
Wow.
But I mean, it kept your save though, didn't it?
It did, but or actually, I don't even know if I kept that save in particular. But honestly, the damage was already done. I just lost all interest to complete it, and I think that was by the time when Legends was just barely announced. So I figured, I'll just wait for that game instead.
Since it essentially has almost every level in Origins to begin with.
Ironically, I actually did 100% Legends, so
I saw multiple.
Me too.
I saw multiple people play this game first, but if I had to be completely honest, when it came to like seeing the trailers and whatnot, I don't. First of all, I kind of just thought to myself, "This is I guess, in all honesty, I don't know if you're gonna be with me or in agreement or not. When this first came out, I was just like, okay, this looks like it's just trying to copy New Super Mario Brothers.
in a way, you're right because
In that it was a return to form for a popular platformer where you play as 2 titular characters and 2 mooks.
Well, honestly, Honestly, I think in this case it's a little bit more forgivable because it's a return for a character that hasn't had a proper sequel in at least 10-ish years.
And at the
But again,
oh,
no Lee. I was gonna say
Sorry.
no Lee, no other characters. Like no two teensies. That's all you get.
well, you get a whole messload of other teensy costumes, and one of them that you have to unlock. I'm kind of surprised had to be unlockable in the first place, but we'll get to that another time.
True.
That's a default on Legends, right?
Yeah, and Legends is default, but anyway, what was I about to say? I can understand where you're coming from with that, Logan, but at the same time, the problem with New Super Mario Brothers wasn't even so much the fact that it was just, well, just a redundant return to form. It's just more, well,
What the-
actually, that's exactly what it is.
Oh.
With this, oops. But with this game, honestly, they're going with completely new aesthetics, completely new gameplay style, well, sort of. And honestly, I just think this game has a fuckload more charm than New Super Mario Brothers.
The other thing I will say that made me not really want to play this game initially was in all the trailers, like, you know, they'd show all four players going crazy and running super fast. I was like, that looks freaking hectic and chaotic.
Well, at the same
With
time,
with no split screen.
how many of us actually
all
played
at
this
once.
game with friends?
I didn't, but I'm saying,
That's
but I was led to believe like maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Like you needed 4-player co-op and just anyway.
No,
it
I don't
was
think
not
that's really the
until
case.
Anyway, it was not until it
Sorry.
came to Steam, and after I got a strong enough computer that okay. In terms of putting this in context, I played both Rayman Run games before playing this game.
Shocker.
Bump. So, I guess, oh. Anyway, I was about to say, just going into my history with, Origins, I was definitely excited for this. Like, even back when, with every time I see a new trailer for it, I would always get psyched up for it. And it's kind of an interesting thing that you mentioned the trailers, Logan. The trailers, and this is probably just me, but the trailers for Origins had a lot of weird things going on with it. Like, actually, not even just the trailers, like a lot of early stuff. Like, for example, like the very first full gameplay footage that they showed off of Origins would end up being like one of the last levels in the game.
Yeah, that I thought was kind of weird. Oh yeah, by the way, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen. Oh yeah,
very
by the way,
first-
ladies and gentlemen, if you for those wondering, why aren't you using the freaking hover ability? He doesn't have it yet.
Yeah,
You have to earn it.
Yeah.
Like every other game.
just like in the first game.
Yep. So it's not completely unprecedented.
Although
Yep.
instead
However,
of just
unlike in the
Instead
sorry,
of-
first.
instead of just Batilla giving you new powers, it's her sisters, the other nymphs, that give you the powers.
Yep.
One thing I will say,
Well,
about this game that I find kind of silly is that the advertisements kind of made such a big deal about Patilla, but that one scene we saw with her earlier, that's the most precedence she's got in this game.
Yeah, I don't even think you really see her again until like the very end.
And even then, she's not the one
Or,
giving
like,
you the
when they're trying to
monologue
summon
of helping you try to get to the Moody Clouds. It's her
Yeah.
icy sister that does that, and I feel that's kind of backwards.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So, in any
Even then,
case,
they didn't even return
yeah.
for Legends.
So in any case, the way this game really much works is you got like 4 main worlds and there's a 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
But in total you actually get like quote unquote like you get like 10 sort of worlds because you get an extension onto each of those 5.
Mm-hmm.
And
But that's all stuff for another time. But until then, this has been Rayman Origins. We apologize for those that were looking forward to a commentary for this, but again, you'll just have to sell with Legends instead. And until next time, I'm Hyper Voice Acting.
I'm Earthglee, and I'm sorry if the audio for me has been really loud. I don't know what was happening with my mic.
You're fine.
and I'm Lucky Jack 20, wishing I had more to talk about this particular game. There'll be more in Legends.
And I'm just sitting here waiting for Legends.
Well then.
Get on that, Glee.
No, don't rush her. But yeah, until next time, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a grand day.
Bye!
Till next time, everybody.
Bye.